Oh, the whole thing was a gamble. But she was the type of girl that was like, either I say yes now or it's just done.
I love that. Okay, speaking of gaming then, do you think that sometimes people pretend to like gaming to impress the other person? So have you there been a scenario where maybe you're on a first date or something like that and the other person's been like, I'm really into gaming, like I play this, but they're actually lying, and then you eventually clock that
100%.
they just said that?
They do that with everything. I've had loads of girls do that with like anime with me.
Really?
They'll say
Really?
they say they're into anime, but you
that
can
would
tell from
annoy
what they
me.
reference.
That would annoy me.
Yeah, like
You can, yeah.
like Dragon Ball Z. You're not into anime. Get out of my face.
Just said the first thing you thought of.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, cool.
No,
Bye.
that's not anime.
Pokemon. But yeah, 100%. I think they lie about. I think girls would lie about gaming to guys. I think a guy would definitely lie. I feel like if a gaming girl met a guy and said like I'm really into gaming, and he was like, I don't think he'd have the chest to be like, oh nah, I hate gaming.
Yeah.
He would 100% lie.
Yeah, he would say me too. Everything, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too, love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think that they call it like a pick me, isn't it?
That
What?
pick me energy.
Pick me.
Yeah,
It's
pick
like
me boy.
Yeah, pick me.
Bro,
Pretend
if
to like
anyone accused me
something.
of being a pick me boy, I think I'll cry my eyes out. It's got some sting to it, isn't it? We've never really spoke about it before, but yeah.
No, we haven't.
Bro,
But
something
yeah.
about pick me is just like
I
gut-wrenching.
do feel like sometimes I could come across as a pick me because
Really?
I think generally the things that I'm interested in, like gaming, and I work in football, so I really am into football now. I think some people would look at me like, oh, she's just saying it, because I get that. Sometimes I'm like, I'll meet someone new and they'll be like, what are you into? I love gaming. So then they see that as a challenge. Like, oh, so what
okay.
games do you like then? Like,
Yeah,
it's a challenge.
yeah.
And then I'll say Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game, and they don't know what to do
That's a
because it's such like a
game.
geeky
That's
game.
such a niche
Yeah.
game.
My favourite
bro.
game.
When they expected that answer, they're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and then they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's my favorite game.
Final Fantasy VII. That was
Best
the
game
first
of all
Final Fantasy I
time.
ever played.
That's my one of my first games on PS1, and it changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, for me, Final Fantasy VII, Zelda: Ocarina of Time, GTA San Andreas, and then The Sims.
GTA San Andreas. Yeah,
That
that's
was
a
a game.
banging one.
That was a game.
Yeah, I remember me and my brother played Final Fantasy X, like
Great game.
completed
as
it
well.
like 10 times.
I started playing it again recently.
Really? And then like we tried to learn how to play like, there's a song in there called Tizanakand.
Okay.
It's like really hard, and we tried to learn it on the piano. We can't even play the piano. Like we spent like a year trying to learn it on the piano. That's how geeky
Just
we
'cause-
were for Final Fantasy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I went to watch the orchestra in Royal.
Oh,
I've been
really?
twice. So the first one was general Final Fantasy. So they did 10, 7, 8, 9, all of them. And then the other one I saw was Final Fantasy VII, the remake orchestra.
Wow.
Shed a tear, didn't
Did
I?
you really?
I went by myself and I cried.
That's not even funny, but wow. That's,
It is funny. It is funny.
It touched the soul.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Really into it. So next was, do you guys get the ick? That's what I've written down here. But I mean, elaborate. Would it be an ick if I said I wanted to name my child after a video game character? So imagine we were planning to have children, and I was like, yeah, let's name it after Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
No, that wouldn't give me the ick.
I feel
It
like
all
by the
depends on the name, but not with.
It would, yeah. Well,
I also feel like this question, which I've written myself, is
Yeah.
very stupid, because if you're at the point where you're planning children, I feel like you're past the ick stage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
don't.
get the ick at
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stage.
If we're at this like little gaming cafe thing on the first date, she's like, I think I want to name my son Cloud. Like,
That's another story.
right.
Safe.
yeah. But nah, that wouldn't give me the ick, because like we've in like our group chat and stuff, we'd always talk about like naming our kids like after like anime characters and stuff. So
I definitely will.
yeah.
If
it's
I have a
for sure.
dog, definitely getting named after Cloud or something.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I like Tifa as well.
That's
It's a
also
good
cool.
name. So I went through your videos and I took the sort of titles. So we're going to
Okay.
go through some of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Worst thing someone has done on a date.
Oh, I'm trying. That was a throwback. We had some good submissions for
Yeah.
that one.
This has to be for you in your experience. though.
Our personal experience.
Yeah.
Worst thing someone's done on a
Someone's
date.
done on a date.
I'm trying to think what the worst thing someone's done on a date with me. Well, I don't date, so I hate the whole experience. So I've been on minimal dates. And on my minimal dates, one of my exes, we were, you know, when you get the proper big drink at the cinema,
Yeah.
the big like multi-pack deal, and he just dropped it. It was like Fanta, and literally in front of the screen dropped it, and then just ran off, just legged it, and then he just ran off.
Listen.
Without thought. sprinted
Oh, wow.
away
Was
and
first
then
date?
left me. No, we dated a couple of times at this
Oh
point.
my goodness.
And just left me. And then I was just like, right. And then I had to go and find the person to come and clear up this. And it's a lot of liquid. It's a big drink that.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I would
he just
die.
legged it and then went.
I would die.
I would
And I
be
found
so
him
angry.
like, went to go find him. He was just like stood around. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, yeah, I was embarrassed. I had to run.
Just left you.
I love the confidence to just say that.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I'm not gonna lie to
I'm
you.
not gonna lie to you.
I was embarrassed. I panicked. I ran. What more do you want from me? That's something you would say.
I'm telling you the truth. Take it or leave it.
I don't really think I'm the same. I think I've literally been on like 3 dates in my entire life. But this wasn't really a date, but I've said this one before where I had a girl. It was more something like gave me the ick. Was like I had a girl come over and it was kind of like a date. We would like decide we'll do like a movie day or something. And she came over and I remember putting on, what did I say it was? Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
And she just wasn't laughing whatsoever for the whole and I was just like, right. And then we finished that and she was like, oh, okay, cool, that was funny. And then I put on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, oh, thank God, like this is so much more like my pace. Like I didn't understand the other movie. Like, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like you're 7 is what you're saying. And that was like, I was like, okay, cool. This girl needs to like leave my house.
Yeah.
Like immediately. That was like the worst thing that's happened because I just didn't know what to say to her. But like I said, I've been on literally like 3 dates in my entire life.
Yeah, I can't
I'm
do
trying
it.
to think for me, worst thing that's happened on a date. I don't even, nothing really, because
Oh, you're right.
Your
then.
dates are basic, innit? You know where
Wait.
you've got a routine to your
Yeah.
dates.
What's the routine?
Well, it depends. Like if it's like someone I'm actually seeing, like we'd either go cinema, food, an activity, like normal stuff that we know we're both gonna like. You know, and it's
Yeah.
never really gonna be awkward. First dates, I hate dating as well. Like first dates and those kind of things.
So awkward.
It's long. So for me to even remember an awkward thing that happened, probably something in like secondary school. I don't remember. I
Oh
genuinely
yeah.
don't
To be
remember.
fair, I'd say the worst thing that happened was me taking a girl to Nando's. This was actually my fault. I was broke. This was at uni. Yeah, and this girl asked me if we want to go Nando's, and then in my head she was like the most banging girl I've ever seen. So I was like, I had £11 in my account. I remember I literally had £11, and I was like, yeah, let's
That's
go.
a high risk because no,
Oh,
what? That's not even
100%.
High
one
risk.
Nando's.
100% was the highest risk, but like I couldn't
True.
not go.
Not even one Nando's. It's $11.95. I'm sure
yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
That's fucking jokes.
without the drink.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
one Nando's.
To be fair, actually no. Back in the day, this was one Nando's.
Okay.
This was when it was like £8.95.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like what we're talking. I was 19.
And you've also gambled at the fact that she's going to be happy splitting it.
Oh,
Sometimes
the whole thing was a
people-
gamble. But she was the type of girl that was like, either I say yes now or it's just done. So I was like,
Okay.
all right, bet, let's go. So I drove her there. We got in. I let her queue up. Well, we both queued up. And then just as she was about to go to the till, I was like, cool, order. I need the toilet really badly. And then we'll just sort it out after. And then she ordered. I was like behind the bushes, like seeing if she paid. Or she was just going to wait for me to come back. And then she paid. And I was like, okay, cool.
Imagine she waited for you.
Bro, I would have died. I literally would have done the whole.
I was gonna say,
I would have run back
You
to the
would've
car. She
legged
would have
it.
found me, and I would have been like, I was embarrassed. I'm broke. I'm sorry. I ran.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, I waited for her to pay. She bought a whole meal, and all I could afford was like a quarter chicken and chips. So like when the food came, like she had like the coleslaw bowl, the
Yeah.
garlic bread, the peas, everything, and I had like a tiny little plate. It was that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Did you get a second date?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But it turns out she was crazy. So it made
Okay.
the whole thing made sense after that. But yeah.
The equilibrium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
in
after
the
about
end.
6 months, I was like, oh, this is why she gave me a second date. Because she's got the screw loose. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
I just honestly, the whole is making me like cringe thinking about dating.
Yeah, it's anxiety
So
inducing.
awkward getting to know someone.
It's the worst.
long.
I wish
It's
you
very
could
long.
skip that phase in total and just
Yeah.
be completely comfortable around someone.
Yeah, it's unbearable. I don't know how people do it. Like when I talk to people like and they're just like, oh, I've got a date this day, a date that day. Oh, I went on this date recently, I did that. I'm thinking, bro, how can you do this?
I have
a lot of
crippling
energy.
anxiety.
Yeah,
for the
how
day.
can you
I've
do
got,
this?
I've got a date tonight. I can't eat. I can't do anything. It's all I can think about. It's like, don't fuck up. Don't do anything clumsy.
I can't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like I need to go Top Golf. I'm really good at Top Golf.
Top Golf is sick.
I
Yeah.
love Top Golf. I don't go often, but I
I'm
love it. I'm terrible.
trash.
I'm absolutely terrible, but I just love it.
I'm quite good at, so with bowling and everything, I just aim for the same place every time.
Okay.
It's really boring.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I rack up the scores. So Top Golf, I'm like, I'll just aim for that same 100 point hole or whatever.
fair
it is.
play.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I'm the We went the other week, innit?
I'm the optimist. I try and hit far and wide.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to like show off, and then it just pings to the right
Yeah.
every single time.
goes
I'm
off
over the
and
fence.
out of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing,
Every
yeah.
single time, I'm just thinking, I hope she's impressed by the distance.
Not the accuracy.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
a protector. She can see that.
The force
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
But
swing.
Never say that. I'm a protector. She can see that. You're an idiot.
oh god.